back to RNN. As you talk about the onslaught and the potential destruction of fish and fisheries, whether it's here or anywhere in the world, those issues, do you think it's as much overfishing and a lack of control as it is pollution or potentially warming of the oceans?
Yes.
All of those.
Yeah, definitely.
And would you put more weight on one versus the other as we attack it here today?
I think it depends on what particular aspect of ocean life you're talking about. I think changes in the chemistry of the ocean and the temperature of the ocean are big factors in what's happening to the corals around the world. Overfishing sometimes is the problem about the fisheries around the world, and you could pick an example from almost any country. And the things I mentioned, technological progress, ignorance of the science, and an unwillingness to be informed, and
a lot of
the
industry.
commons are not being protected by the shareholders, which is us. All of those things bear on all the things you mentioned.
Dr. Weber.
I actually have a very quick question. What do you think if a whale could talk to us, it would say to you about what we should do for our ocean? A good friend of mine who's also on the board of Oceana is a big enthusiast about getting out on the ocean out off the coast of Long Island. And the last time I saw him, he was over the moon with enthusiasm for the fact that there were whales, and lots of them, right off the beach. And he had pictures, and it was something. So I think if those whales were able to speak, they would say, keep the menhaden coming. Let the fish stocks recover so that the whole of the ocean ecosystem can be a flourishing system. And I think that's what the whale would say.
They would tell you, keep up the good work. Ken?
One of the things I'm curious about is that people are very conscious these days about energy, not so much about water, and yet energy and water are inexorably linked. Why do you see it that way? I mean, that there's a bifurcation in people's minds between energy and water, and they don't see them integrated?
I think if you wanted to make the connection, you wouldn't have a hard time. And there are two aspects of the fact that there are so many of us, and and the resources are only so big. So the argument in favor of conservation applies to both of them, just like it applies to lots and lots of other things as the numbers of us get higher and higher and higher.
Well, thank you for coming home and for being an inspiration and for doing some wonderful work.